My name is Mike Korzakowski. I'm a colonel in the Vermont Army National Guard, and you are listening to the Green Mountain Guard. The Vermont National Guard is deeply connected to the community, and whether you're in Burlington, Vermont, Rutland, or the Northeast Kingdom, chances are you know someone who serves. This isn't a distant force. It's your neighbor stepping up to protect and support the state. For those who are eligible, joining the Guard can also be a pathway to something bigger. Military service may help accelerate the path to U.S. citizenship while you're actively serving your community. You're not just building a future for yourself, you're contributing to Vermont at the same time. Our members get access to education benefits, career training, and leadership development. Vermont also has unique capabilities, which means you can gain high-level skills without leaving the state. If you want to serve your community, build a future, and be part of a tight-knit team, the Vermont National Guard is a great place to do it. And for those eligible, it's also a meaningful way to take steps toward U.S. citizenship while making a real difference here at home. Military service can accelerate naturalization. Non-citizens who serve in the U.S. military may be eligible for expedited naturalization under federal law. In qualifying cases, service members can apply for citizenship much sooner than civilians, sometimes immediately after beginning service. There are two key legal authorities to keep in mind. Immigration and Nationality Act Section 328, which typically requires 1 year of honorable service, and Immigration and Nationality Act Section 329, which can waive time requirements during designated periods of hostilities. There are no application fees for eligible service members. U.S. military members applying for citizenship through service generally do not pay naturalization application fees and receive priority processing. This removes a major financial and administrative barrier. There are legal and administrative support capabilities built in. The military provides structured assistance to help preparing and submitting the application for naturalization. They have access to legal offices and personnel specialists familiar with the process. There is flexible service opportunity through the National Guard. The National Guard offers a part-time service model, 1 weekend a month plus 2 weeks of annual training per year. This allows individuals to maintain civilian jobs, education, and family life. The Vermont National Guard allows access to education and career benefits. While pursuing citizenship, Guard members may also receive tuition assistance, GI Bill eligibility, job training and certifications, and leadership development, which helps long-term integration and economic mobility alongside citizenship. This shows demonstrated commitment to the United States. Military service is viewed as a strong demonstration of loyalty, civic commitment, and willingness to serve the country. This can be a meaningful part of the naturalization narrative and interview process. This pathway applies to certain non-citizens. Applicants must already be lawful permanent residents, which are known as green card holders, or otherwise eligible to enlist. This process is available to enlisted, not officer tracks. Policies can change, so eligibility must be verified with recruiters and USCIS. There are family considerations to take into account. Military service does not automatically grant citizenship to family members. However, once naturalized, service members can petition for certain relatives and access immigration pathways available to U.S. citizens. I'd like to introduce to you Specialist Diego Bonilla. He is a 15 Tango helicopter mechanic for Charlie Company, 3rd of the 126th Aviation Air Ambulance. He will be sharing his story today about his path to becoming a naturalized citizen with the assistance of the Vermont Army National Guard.
From the mountains of Vermont to missions around the world, this is the voice of your Green Mountain Boys. The Green Mountain Guard podcast takes you behind the scenes of the Vermont National Guard. Real soldiers and airmen, real stories, real impact. Hear from leaders, athletes, warfighters, and the people who make it all happen. Whether you're in uniform, thinking about serving, or just want to know what drives the Green Mountain Boys, this is your front row seat. The Green Mountain Guard podcast. Listen now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Any products, services, or brands mentioned are not affiliated with, endorsed by, or sponsored by the Vermont National Guard. All references are for informational purposes only. Hello and welcome back to the Green Mountain Guard. My name is Sergeant Dennis Nunez. Today we are joined by someone whose story really captures what service, commitment, and opportunity look like in America today. Specialist Diego Bonilla is a helicopter mechanic with the Vermont National Guard. He joined in 2023, originally comes from Uruguay, and recently became a United States citizen through his military service. Diego, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much, Dennis, for this time. And, I'm very blessed to be here with you guys.
So let's start at the beginning. Tell us about where you come from. What was life like growing up in Uruguay?
So, yeah, it's a long story, but in some couple points, I'm born in Uruguay in 1989, in the north side of the country. So I'm pretty, no city guy. I'm more like farm. And then I've been a prior service, but serving my country, in the army and the police too. Been a special force officer for around 3-4 years, and then I've been serving in, community and that. And it was really nice, to pour all of that experience I have from there to here. And I remember was so interesting story because at that time I met a Lieutenant Colonel. I remember the name. I think it was Chris. Yeah. Well, I met that guy in Lowe's. I've been working in Lowe's, a person there in the building materials department. And I've been serving and helping people, and for especially with those, camp veterans there, thanking people for their service and that. And this guy particularly liked me because I was off of my shift that day, and we introduced each other. And he told me, "Hey, do you interest to join the guard?" And say, "Sir, I'm very thanks for that offer, but I'm really old, and I've been 34 years old." And then 33, around 33, I'm not 100% sure. And he bring me his car, and then I started the process, And here we are now, and I can't believe, and for special aviation mechanic, I never imagined I'm gonna do the MOS. And I did my ASPA that time, the test, and I have a score, and I can't believe I have that score, 72 points of 100 was a bunch for me. And almost struggling, my language barrier was killing me that time. I stepped in America in March 15th, 2019. And I barely don't know whatever the people say, even single word. For example, you say, "How you doing?" And he have no idea what you've been saying for me. And I have my uncle at that time and say, "My uncle, hey, what this person say?" All in Spanish, right? And he say, "I don't care. It's fine. All the time, that people come a little old here and they don't care too much. They don't want to improve English." And I trying to be better in my English.
Yeah.
And that time I know basically some numbers and colors. And also these long 7 years, what I got now, I'm not professional, but at least I can communicate each other.
Yeah.
I keep a conversation.
Yeah, I can imagine the language barrier is incredibly difficult. I'm pretty lucky. I came to the United States as an infant. Dad was Army. So I got kind of brought up learning both languages at the same time.
Bilingual.
Yeah, so it was kind of interesting because I would be, at school and everyone was speaking English, and originally we lived in New York City. So when we came to Vermont, I was very young.
Yeah.
And I just remember, kind of having a Brooklyn accent and then listening to Vermonters speak for, a few years. And eventually,
I know that feeling, right?
I kind of started speaking very Vermonty. You start going out there, bud, and just hanging out with the boys and having a good campfire, maybe go do a little hunting.
Those typical things. Just to be involved at the beginning, Well, I understand you totally, 100%. Imagine me.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing and nobody, and was really tough times. I was trying to be involved, I know people, hey, be nice, and the people like, what do you say, bro?
Yeah.
Well,
So tell me,
very challenged.
tell me how did you end up in Vermont?
Well, why?
Or how? Yeah, why?
Well, yeah, it's all involved factors. I came in 2017 the first time to New York.
Yeah.
It was my aunt and my uncle there, and I came just to visit them.
Right.
I've been a police officer in that time. I mean, like a first lieutenant, kind of. Was in transition to captain rank. Yeah, I've been an officer in Uruguay. And that time say, yeah, I'm going to go there for a month, chill, see the place, know the people. It was a big experience. Wow, I went to America,
Yeah.
United States of America.
Yep.
Some different conceptions. Some people think
Yeah, of
American
course.
continent and that concept, But I say, yeah, it's a great opportunity to go relax some and also be a police officer back in my country is so hard because it's very, very stressful,
Sure.
crime, things happen. And yeah, that was the way. Actually just come to know the place, relax, visit family for 1 month. Then I come back in 2018 for 45 days.
Okay.
And then I say, well, I tired of the police. I'm done. So I quit the police. And I was planning to came just to stay 5 months, what the visa allow you to be yearly.
Yeah. Right.
And then, I don't know, go for another place. At that time, the most solid idea I have was travel to South Ireland. It was like kind of programs. Go there, teach, learn English. Was like Argentinian teacher there, located for like a long time ago. And I was talking with her. That was my plan. Wasn't like 100% sure, but was my plan. I don't want to stay in America at that time.
Right.
And then all changed because you never know. You don't expect what's going to happen in the future. You never know.
Right.
You have plans, but I believe in God, and I think you purpose, but God had the last word.
Yeah.
And then I stay, and I stay because I start like a relationship with an American girl, and then we stay and get married and start like a family and a life here.
Wow.
For some different reasons of the life, we separate, and then, I want to join the army, honestly, because that I say for her, say, hey, that is the experience I have my whole life. I've been trained. I've been an 11 Bravo in Uruguay.
Yeah.
Special Force, like an 18 X-ray. I think that is MOS Special Force. So this is what I know my whole life. And I started with 17 years old, so it's the experience I have. She say, no, I don't want you go for deployment and die there far away. Everybody think that when you say you're going to join the military, and that's not true.
Sure.
Because the military is like a very diverse, big war. And you have different MOS, no combat, common MOS, and different jobs. So that don't mean you're going to go to deployment.
Yeah, and I've said it before. I've said it before. Like if you can think of a job, like whatever it might be, there's a pretty good chance that you can do that in the military. And it just depends on your desire to serve and your drive to kind of seek that out and be a part of it. Like you, I was combat MOS before, and so had that combat experience. And then later on in my career, I transitioned to something non-combat, which really does open your eyes to all the other different opportunities that are out there. So I still love the time I spent as a medic, and respect all medics that are out there, obviously. But it just kind of, like I said, you're looking down kind of tunnel vision when you're in one job, and then you kind of step back and look at it from a big picture perspective. And it's really, like you said, it's a world of different
you open your mind when you start, exploring things. It's cool. And also you be very helpful because you have experienced like a background before. Yeah. And some people, when you arrive to a new environment, it's good because you share and all is good. I mean, nothing you learn, I think, is like a waste of time.
Of course.
All work at some point of your life. So
it's all a lesson, right? Everything. I like to say it's all a big classroom out here.
Yeah.
We're all learning every day.
That is what I'm trying to learning.
Yeah. So how did you end up in the Vermont National Guard specifically? Because you had said that you were in New York. So what brought you to Vermont?
Yeah, well, yeah, I knew Vermont in 2018. Yeah, was just one day. And that vacation I came from UFI to see some of my family.
One day in Vermont, and you couldn't leave. It has that effect. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah, is that one of my friends said, yeah, you have a witchcraft, like a witchcraft. And it's so funny, but no, it's like, I say, wow, this is different than New York. It's not the same.
Yeah.
And then I came in 2019 because in that day, I came in 2018. I met some people and I came to visit them in 2019. And then I stay.
Yeah.
I stay because, yeah, I met my ex-wife at that time, and I stay. It was so funny because, yeah, along our relationship with my former spouse, I told her, hey, I want to do my CDL. I'm a CDL driver now. I'm a crane license. I'm a CDL A crane license.
And that's what you do full time?
That is what I do. Well, actually, I do multiple things. I have my own business too.
Okay, cool.
Like a
Tell us about that.
typical, yeah, it's like typical food from Argentina and Uruguay.
Okay.
And I do that in the side of the second job.
So you cook?
Yeah, I cook.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do multiple things.
Is it like a restaurant, or is it kind of
Well, it's like a pop-up event.
a pop-up event? Okay. Yeah.
We started with a tent last year, and now we're trying to, invest in equipment and maybe like some
That's cool.
vehicles.
So you do
We'll
like
see.
the food trucks and kind of stuff like that yet, or?
Yeah, we do food truck events in Burlington, but now we expand. For example, this year is the first time. Well, it's the second year of our business, but it's the time we wanna do some New York events now.
Oh,
So we're
cool.
trying to cover whatever they call. Now go like 1,000 miles, but at least 100-ish miles.
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, it's still like a 100-mile radius ish.
Yeah. But it's good because it's something you share for the community too.
Right.
And people say, "Oh wow, Argentina and Uruguay, what is that?"
Yeah.
Empanadas.
Empanadas.
That's what we do.
That's
More
right.
stuff. Empanada is the main meal.
That's fantastic. So, I first met you at the State House during the State of the Guard, where then Adjutant General, Major General Gregory Knight gave you specific plaudits and congratulations for becoming an American citizen through the pathway available to people via the military route. Can you kind of take us through what that looks like?
Well, from my side, I never expect that at the beginning, to be honest with you. I never feel like I really, I don't know, it's like a long story. I don't know, I feeling like that, I say, yeah, I'm going to be in a side, nobody need to see me, or I don't deserve that. I was feeling like that, and sometimes happened that when you came here for the beginning. Unfortunately, I say this is different kind of person everywhere you go, even in my country. Are they good, welcome? Those guys who are great, they welcome you, or they don't care where you came from, your background, what you believe, your sexual orientation. Those guys, they are open-minded. Mm-hmm. And there is the other kind of people, they are the opposite. They don't like you, they don't accept you. But it's okay because I'm grateful for both sides. Because the good people and also the people is not that very welcome, both teach me things, and I learned a lot from the beginning. It was really tough. Some hard times happened to me at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Multiple was very challenged that I level now I imagine. And wow. It's like a very long story. In 7 years, I have a bunch of things to share.
Yeah, it's quite a journey. And I mean, it culminated really at that State House, at the State of the Guard. And, you had an entire room of people basically cheering for you for your success.
Yeah, that's cool. I realized that with the time,
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was feeling like, no, I don't belong here. The people don't want me here. I'm trying to do my part, be honest and don't be in trouble. Just, to have a plate of food.
Right.
And just survive. I don't feeling really. This is hard. what I want to tell you. But honestly, I was not feeling like I deserve the opportunity to be here, working, have like a good life. I feel not deserving that. It was really hard because when you hit with that reality, it's like, that is very, I don't know, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because like a person who feel don't deserve like a good life, it's really hard. I was fighting to that. Now I see what I build, and I see to the back of the path I create, and I see, wow, I did all of that. Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's good to have people, in your side that they recognize you, like the Major General and I. Was great. When they say, especially Bonilla, stand up for recognition, everybody was clapping their hand, and that is for me. I can't believe, man.
Yeah, it's probably pretty surreal. I mean, it's got to be probably as close to the, American dream immigrant story that you can kind of think of, right? Like, I think a lot of immigrants throughout American history could relate up to that, what you've said of having those struggles, especially early on, and, really having to pick yourself up day after day to build yourself and to eventually, in the hopes that you are an American citizen and that you become, a part of a good and functioning society. In my personal experience, I think that, we talk about this a lot in the Vermont National Guard. When you're in, this is a family,
Yeah.
This is a family.
It is.
At the point that uniform goes on and you've made that vow to serve, you are essentially just one of us. And that really, I think, is the biggest thing. And I'm sure that you probably feel that way too in your unit, and, looking around at the different units and just seeing how closely knit a community the Vermont Guard is, and how we're all kind of really there for each other.
True. 100% sure. I'm agree with you. And I confirmed that along the time, and Charlie Company in 126 is cool people, all of them, every single one of them. And they're very patient with me, because sometimes I was trying and say, hey, brother, can you say that again like 5 times? The guy say, yeah. They smile and repeat to me. They're very patient people. Also, they teach me English. Imagine that. It's crazy. But I talking, now I'm another level. I'm like a technical vocabulary, for aviation mechanic. This is more than English. But these are cool people, man. I can say nothing bad from nobody of them. I'm very blessed to belong there. And I can't believe that they were so nice. What's going on here? This is, they bring you something for free and you are not and you say, something wrong is coming here. And my whole life was like a very stormy,
Yeah.
But also I don't regret nothing. I thank you for everybody and all the things that happened to me. I make a knee in the ground, like infantry, and I hold the storm. I don't care. Yeah. But when the good things coming, it's good to, and celebrate, be part of, because we deserve it. That I say for example, when I talk with the people of Uruguay, my friends there, my ex-colleagues, my battle buddies there, and I say, hey, I tell you, I blessed to be here and blessed to defend this country and the American Constitution and the flag. I'm not talking about politicians, I'm a soldier. We don't care about that.
Country first.
Yeah,
of course.
We care about the country, and the concept I have the country means your family too. So you have to care of your family. Who don't want to care of the family? So this is my family. Mm-hmm. And I say that several times. I'm going to be repeating that until I die.
Yeah.
I lost my life to this country. I don't care if I have to die tomorrow defending the country.
Powerful statement.
You're listening to the Green Mountain Guard podcast.
Can you tell us more specifically about that pathway, going back to earning your citizenship in the military specifically? just so people can get kind of a general idea of what that looks like. Like the
Talking about just the process.
right, like the 426, is that right?
Oh, yeah, because this is the way. At the point when you have your green card, your residence, if you accept, you apply for a resident card, right, like the green card. And then you have to accumulate time in that. So if you join, in this case, the Army is the branch I'm serving. You can be Navy or Air Force or whatever else. Then you can through a process. And it's like a process for immigrants that are serving in the military. The form are N400 and N426. Mine was N426. I mean, both because both are involved. For civilians, just one. And yeah, and I mean, they don't make like a difference with you, but they know you are serving.
Right.
So they are very respectful, and these people I thank for your service, and I say them back thanks for your service too, because in some way you're serving the homeland too.
Right.
And yeah, but this is a process you can do along, your time serving when you're a resident.
What did that moment feel like? For a lot of people to join the military, it takes a lot of thought. When you're younger, I would say it takes less thought, because I think back to when I joined and I was like, yeah, I'm just joining the Army. That's what I want to do. But, it's a big decision.
Yeah, it's a big decision. But when you mature, when you're older, you know more about the life. So it's different. It's not the same mindset. Because when you're a kid, you say, wow, yeah, I want the action. I'm going to be a soldier on the battlefield and pa. Because the guys see a bunch of movies. They don't know what is a military environment. But I came to the American Army being a soldier before.
Right. So you had all that experience.
I remember Sandra Sasha say for everybody, say, hey, look this guy. Do you see this guy? This guy was a military back for 10 years in another country. Ask him how you feel to be a military. And everybody come to me like, they call me daddy in basic team because I was 35 and he's 18 years old. And they can be my kids,
Yeah.
And sorry about that.
Of course.
And yeah, it was a nice experience, because I feel like a leadership sometimes just to help, I don't want to figure it and be, oh, wow, I'm here. No, I very, these anonymous people, I don't care about too much.
It is funny you say that too, because I recently went to a school and everyone,
happened to you.
Basically called me classroom dad.
yeah, that happened to me.
In my heart of hearts, I feel like I'm still 18, and you're in a classroom with a bunch of initial soldiers. That means like they've just graduated basic training.
Yeah.
They're all fresh out of high school or still in college.
Yeah, high school.
And so here I am getting closer to 40 every day. And, I'm getting called grandpa and
some things like that.
And I do have kids. So, it is funny how things change over time.
Yeah.
But like, I like to, in my heart of hearts, like I said, I still feel young.
Yeah, you feel, sure, of course. Everybody have like an inner kid.
Of course. You got to keep that inner child alive. That's
it's the best way to face, not just military, life in general, be like, motivate, possibly. And that is the way you face the things. The other day I was talking with my wife and say, oh yeah, because we're talking about financial in the house and all of things and babies and these days it's crazy, all expensive. And I say, hey, we have to be grateful.
Yeah.
We have health, we have a home. Yeah, we are short of money right now, but it's okay. That is not a problem.
Yeah.
Imagine a person who is fighting in a hospital. Right. Imagine those people who are communicate now, I don't know, different environment, or you are overseas, you cannot talk with your family. That is a real.
Yeah, we do have a lot
hard
of
times, really.
We do have a lot of soldiers right now. I was actually talking with someone earlier this morning who, was talking to me about how their kids having a difficult time with dad being gone. And, I relate to that. I've had my daughter look me in the eyes and tell me, like, I hope you don't get deployed again. And it's a tough reality of some of our jobs that,
That you should be strong.
That is on the table.
You don't have choice.
That's right.
And you are that, and you should be there.
It is our job to, do our service and still take care of those families back home. And I think this is a good place to maybe talk about family programs, right? Like, if it wasn't for family programs is a huge part of our Vermont National Guard experience, of the National Guard experience during those times, being there to help out our family members and things when we're not around to take care of them for whatever reason. So if you're out there listening and you need someone to lean on while your soldier or airman is deployed, definitely reach out to family programs, because they are there to help. We are here to help as the Vermont National Guard in general. So
that's
nobody should be doing it alone.
No, feel that alone. Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk helicopter business. So you're 15 Tango, helicopter mechanic. So for people who don't know, what exactly does that job involve?
Okay. Well, we particularly serve in a unit that have medical equipment. So we have HH-60s. Mm-hmm. When you go to the Tango school, well, they have all there, but they base more in the UH-60.
Okay.
So
Black Hawk.
The Black Hawk. It's the same Black Hawk. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, we have different attached here to serve, for example, the hoist, all the equipment for medical attendant. Mm-hmm. And so basically you perform the same inspections, like the dailies, the 4 depends how many hours you have or how many days to reach. And, accumulation of time, basically.
Right.
And they perform more and more and more intensive, to say something more complex, more things to do in an inspection. So basically the inspection and maintenance.
So, so basically you're out there maintaining the aircraft for a medically driven Black Hawk unit. And that's kind of a big deal, because those guys get called for not just, deployment missions, but for domestic missions here at home too.
Oh yeah, too.
And
so if we're required to support, local authorities or something like that.
Yeah.
Like natural disaster, like the Guard in general, in every single state. Mm-hmm. We are there too, to support.
That must take, a lot of faith and trust, especially from your pilots.
Oh yeah. But this team here, these guys, they crush it.
Yeah.
They know what they do. It's a very professional team. And the thing that is more impressive since the beginning is like how they work like a system. You're part of a system. The other day, my platoon commander, Captain Peterson, she told me, you are an important piece of the system. Don't feel like you are a part. You're part of us. And we work like a team. We're a system. You don't care too much about ranks, really, but you focus in the mission, in the goal, in the collective goal, and we go all together to meet that safely, and accomplish the mission. That is what matters. Then we have time to talk about somebody, you did a mistake or whatever happened, because we are human beings too. I mean, everybody does a mistake, but that's good. Check for the goal mission and check each other. Everybody's good.
What's been one of the most memorable moments you've had so far working on helicopters? I mean, it's a cool job.
Yeah, it's a cool job. I remember the last the evacuation practice we did here, in the main field here in Camp Johnson.
Yeah.
And I remember that when we take a little trip around. And I tell you something, because I don't talking too much about my personal life, what I do in my free time, but I'm doing skydiving. Mm-hmm. So skydiving is like a paratroop kind of, but I jump a little higher.
Sure. Yeah.
Automatic jump for paratroopers. I think the military is around 5,000, like the automatic jump.
5,000
Then you have
feet?
free fall. 5,000 feet. And I've been jumping since 18,000 in Uruguay.
18,000 feet.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's not for everybody, I know.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I'm not in line to jump out of a perfectly good airplane, but
Yeah, that's what I say. You know, not everybody feel comfortable, but it's a sensation. I can tell you, I cannot explain with words. You
yeah,
have to try.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, but yeah,
Maybe one of these days.
yeah, tandem. Yeah, you can do a tandem. You know, you have a pilot with you, very professional guy. They require more than 2,000 jumps accumulate in order to be a tandem pilot.
Yeah.
And a license D, and there's the higher license in the skydiving world. So that is very professional people. But again, you had to be Gold Hill just in case.
Yeah.
My first jumps was crazy. I feel like my heart in my neck beating like bah, 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 you know. It was crazy. And I made the mistake. Everybody told me, don't see to the ground the first jump. And I was looking forward, you know, outside the plane. This is another story, but and I look to the ground and then I feel like weak. And then I don't jump. That take me over. It was crazy. But we were talking about the practice in the evacuation that day. Was great. We was make a trip around, and I say, wow, I can't believe pending of a Black Hawk. That was my experience there. It was cool that day. I love it.
Yeah.
Say forever.
It's kind of interesting for me because I've been in a lot of Black Hawks. When I was a medic, I worked ground to air evacuation. So I did a lot of, patient transfers. And I got to know quite a few of the crews, especially on deployments, because you work in tandem a lot. And then in this job as public affairs, I kind of thought my flying days were over, but turns out,
of course,
somebody's got to go up there and take pictures.
Yeah,
someone's got to go up there and do some video. So yeah, I've had some crazy fun experiences flying. I remember one time I got to go on a training mission ride with one of the crews, and this was an evasive maneuver training, which for people that don't know, that means, the flight pattern isn't just a linear kind of straight line, point A to point B. This is a high speed. Yeah. I mean, it was a roller coaster ride, for lack of better terms.
You imagine that for you. Oh, was it your first time?
No, that wasn't my first time. That was the first time I've done that style of training, and that was quite an experience. And I just remember being like, "Oh wow!" Actually, I think my first time was being in training prior to a deployment. And I think I had been out in the field, again, as a medic for, a few weeks at this point. And we were running this exercise, and I had to get in the helicopter and fly with the crew to a different location. But I remember that day, I was just kind of like exhausted, because you're exhausted from the training.
Yeah. Physically and mentally.
And I'm sitting there looking out the window as we take off from the ground. And I just kind of like have this out of body experience, because like my brain is just not processing that I'm not on the ground anymore. Like I'm just looking down, and everything's getting smaller and smaller. And I'm like, whoa. When you get in an elevator and you get that feeling right before it comes to a stop.
G-force.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh boy. And I just remember being like, all right, don't get sick. Whatever you do, don't be that guy.
Oh, yeah. That happened. It's like, you cannot control some naturals. Physiologic? I don't know if that's the correct word. Physiology. You see, I'm still struggling. I'm learning.
You got it.
So it's hard to keep under control in that, because you can, it's hard. But for me, it's like I can jump downhill. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's awesome.
It's something I like.
Thrill seeker.
Yeah.
So how has the Guard changed you since you've joined?
Wow, that is a very good question,
Yeah.
And I can go back to BCT times.
Mm-hmm.
Just calling my wife 1 hour every Sunday. And sometimes somebody did something wrong, and we lost the privilege to call. So
Right.
we had to wait 15 days to call. Oof, that was hard.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, do you know why it's hard? Because when you are single, you don't care.
Right.
When you don't have kids, you don't care. You have the world. You don't care. You are young.
Yeah.
Nobody depends on you, so you don't have that feeling. But when somebody's in home missing you, you don't know if he's sick, that person. That happened for everybody who's in overseas or whatever.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
That attack your moral in a level that we can't explain. Well, you know, something like when you have kids, you've been in deployment, it's the same thing. So that was so hard because I have experienced how to be long time under like very stressful environment, any storms. I've been training like
You're less worried about yourself.
yeah.
And you're more worried about the things you can't control.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
you don't care about you anymore.
Right. It's a stress in the back of your mind.
And deal with that. That is one of the most challenging thing, I tell you.
But it, you know, for me, like, oftentimes I find motivation in it because I'm like, I'm doing this for them. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Like,
Totally agree with you.
So it's a driving force.
That is what keep you motivated anyways against whatever else because, you know, and also it's temporary. That's what I learned in Uruguay. Everything is temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is forever.
Yeah.
The time pass for the good and for the bad. So keep pushing. Someday you're going to done. And that was my mindset. And everything, for example, when we write letters, you know, for family and that was a time like really thinking, yeah, this gonna worth it at some point.
Yeah.
And here we are. I can't believe that happened.
Yeah. The
Graduate
comes.
day was like, yeah, finally. And yeah, I like BCT, I tell you, on the other hand. I really like, it's like the same infantry course I did in Uruguay 18 years ago, but now in a different language.
Right.
I was really challenged. Some drill sergeant, they came to me like 3-4 at the same time, you know, that fancy time.
Yeah.
Everybody had that there. And like start barking me, rah, 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 and they say, yes, drill sergeant. Say, this Mike Foster don't understand what you say, so leave him alone. Go away.
Yeah.
They don't waste most of their time with me because they know I can barely understand what they say. It was so funny sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my basic combat training course. We had 2 immigrant soldiers, kind of in the same, you know, your shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Who were also older. One guy was from Eastern Europe, and I mean, this guy crushed it, and I mean, nothing fazed him. You know, like you could just tell he was on a mission. Like he was gonna get this done. You know,
that's the attitude, man.
Yeah, and I remember the ropes course day, right, when you have to traverse over a linear rope with hooking your back foot and just kind of pulling yourself across.
Oh yeah.
And like you know, all the young guys are struggling or falling off or hanging on for dear life and pulling themselves across if they can. My boy gets on there and he just zips over like he does it for breakfast every day.
Wow.
And you know,
people in that.
I think at that point we're all like, yeah, well, just copy what he does. You know?
Yeah.
So it's good having.
I saw that.
It's good having older folks. Sometimes older folks. Jeez.
Yeah,
older soldiers.
Well, we are in that. We're not moved out, so we cannot talk too much.
But it's good having, you know, kind of that mentorship or someone who kind of does know what they're doing so that you can kind of take example.
Well, that happened to us. I mean, we already talked about that, right?
Yeah.
When you've been like some things, you know, you've been a reference. That's good because some people did for that before for us.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
This is like a path.
Yeah.
We follow the step of somebody else being before, so in a sense, it's kind of the same.
It's a huge thing, right? And we go back to, you know, the position that we're in, the rank that we're in. It is not us. It is that we are blessed to be the stewards of that thing for a time. And then we have to make sure that the people that follow us are capable of taking that role or that rank
Yeah.
and then becoming that next generation of the people who are going to serve and be a part of, our Vermont National Guard and join and have the knowledge and professionalism to do the thing.
Yeah, to be a goodness, because everybody need like a leadership some point of the life even. But that's for sure, because we are renewing generations. If you think in that, that's a big responsibility. You have to, bring the information that they bring you before for a new generation. That is blow my mind.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of responsibility. These days, the new generations, they are different than mine. Probably yours too.
Yeah, but every older generation says that, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like the older I get, the more I'm like, I'm becoming my dad. So, looking forward, what are your goals in the future, both in the Guard and your personal life?
Good question. Uncertain times. I don't know. Well, I trying right now. I can tell you what I have like short time goals. Focusing in learn, for me be more efficiency, and proactive for the team goal.
Yeah.
Trying to focus and be like a better 15 tank, a better mechanic, and a better barbary too, because after after that black bear, we have like different tasks to do. So be proactive, collaborative. I don't know how can I say that. Work with the team and focus in the main things. For the rest, I think we have time. My civilian is like keep going.
Yeah.
Just that. Pay taxes, pay bills.
Yeah. Just like everybody else.
Human being is doing that today. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. There's probably people who listen to this and, maybe immigrants, maybe younger people trying to figure out their path. Do you have any advice that you would give them?
Oh, of course, yes. Never give up. Sometimes you see and you feel like it's not coming. Look like it's forever. Feel like it's forever. It's not. It's not, bro. All good and bad things are temporary, have a limit, have an expiration date, and all arrive. So keep pushing. Don't stop. The only defeat person is that one who stop. If you try, one day you're gonna get it, early or late. And I tell you, I surprised myself because I never imagined it gonna be at this point of my life now. American citizen, soldier army. For me, soldier army is like a big concept. And now 15 Tango, the rank now, but I'm talking about serve in American army, bro. This is huge. Have a decent life, a home, food in my table, and my family. So that is, and healed. I mean, I'm rich. Mm-hmm. I'm rich. It's a bunch of people who are struggling with work problems. Maybe people with a bunch of money, but then they don't have health. What do you have if you don't have health?
Yeah. Health
Your family is loving you and waiting in home for you. And I really say for the people that keep going. I did that. And that work eventually going to work for you, work for me, going to work for you.
Well, Diego, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. Your story is powerful. I mean, joined the Uruguayan military at 17, became a police officer, and almost were captain or almost made captain.
Yeah, I left as a captain there. I've been approved to major because you have like a training different school times for different ranks. Mm-hmm. And approved to major with 26 years old, man.
Wow.
My body's there. They are lieutenant colonels now.
Wow.
One of them is a colonel.
That's crazy.
This is insane. But do you know what? I earn more money monthly as a specialist in America. And then as a commander battalion, man, or division commander, whatever.
Well, it is like that sometimes.
But yeah. No, but I'm grateful. This is a great opportunity, and I'm proud to be here, proud to belong here, proud of the people who is around me and helping me. Yeah, and all of that together, It's a big
all
package.
opportunity, service, and choosing to be part of something bigger than yourself. And thank you for sharing your story with us.
Of course. Thank you for your time, Dennis.
Absolutely. And congratulations again on everything you've accomplished.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Long trip, but here we are.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone listening. I hope you've enjoyed this Green Mountain Guard podcast episode, and we hope to have you continue listening, and we'll see you next time.
Of course.
In Vermont, mornings hit different. Crisp air, mountain views, and a chance every single day to push yourself past what you thought was possible. That's what fitness in the Vermont National Guard is all about. Not perfection, not comparison, progress. Whether you're preparing for the fitness test or just building a stronger version of yourself, fitness isn't something we do for the uniform, it's something we do for life. Strength to lift more than weight, strength to lift each other up, endurance to go the distance, whether that's a ruck march, a tough day at work, or supporting your community in a time of need. And resilience, the kind that keeps you moving when the mountain gets steep. In the Vermont National Guard, fitness is a team effort. Soldiers train together, push together, and grow together. You don't need to be an elite athlete to start. You just need the drive to take the first step. We'll help you take the next one and the one after that. Because fitness isn't a challenge, it's an opportunity. An opportunity to build confidence, discipline, and a lifestyle that fuels your future. So whether you're looking to join the Guard, sharpen your fitness routine, or challenge yourself in a new way, remember, strength starts here, right now, with you. The Vermont National Guard. Stronger, ready, resilient. Join us and find your next level.
Hey there, I'm Jessie Smith, the State Soldier and Family Readiness Group Leader. I'm here telling you a little bit about what Family Programs has going on this summer. We have the Lake Monsters Military Appreciation Baseball Game on July 29th. Also look forward to more Kitchen Spoons and Combat Boots episodes coming out throughout the summer. There's a new Child and Youth Programs activity packet on the website. And if you pay attention to the MKVT events, we have blueberry picking coming up in July as well. If you signed up for the Hosmer Point Camp Day, that's August 19th. And we are also looking for parents with a deployed child or spouse for our next Kitchen Spoons and Combat Boots episode. So if you'd like to be a guest, reach out and let us know. Thank you for joining me on the Green Mountain Guard podcast. And remember, mission first, family always.
Is this thing on? Happy 250th! We hope you had an excellent July 4th holiday. Everyone was safe and sound, kids got out, maybe a little swimming, some fireworks. And as we celebrate 250 years of the Vermont National Guard, we honor the generations of soldiers and airmen who have answered the call to serve our state and nation. From the earliest Green Mountain Boys to today's citizen soldiers and airmen, our legacy has always been built on courage, commitment, and community. Thank you for joining us on the Green Mountain Guard podcast as we recognize this historic milestone and the people who continue to carry Vermont's proud military tradition into the future. We'll see you next time.